Let's play. Let's fuck.
Please.
Okay. It's D&D time, lads.
That's not the thing.
I mean, it's one of the things, but it's not the thing.
Well met, lads. Hello,
Close, but not
travelers.
There you go.
There
Welcome
it is.
to
You
lads.
found it.
I-
Oh, well, you lost it again, but that's
Welcome
okay.
to Dungeons and Dragons. We've got to fucking play this game. Jesus Christ.
Please. We've talked enough about the bullshit I have committed. Can we please?
We spent a good 10 minutes on Karen.
We spent 15 minutes.
It's good.
Oh god.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's 12:40, which means we bullshitted for 40 minutes.
Well, no.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
All of that was Kara's wax.
Some of it was me
Yeah.
being half asleep still and not really knowing what was happening or coming out of my mouth. I'll give you that.
Okay, so your rage from my incident cracked. the sleeping
I've never been
facade,
more awake in my entire life.
and you will be haunted until you come to my house.
I can only rest once I come to your house and finally kill you for the last time.
So Merritt's gonna die this session. Good to know.
We'll see. The night is still young. Alright, last time on fucking Dungeons and Dragons. It was pretty much only a boat, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
We just kind of boated. It was a good episode.
Kind of just got on a boat.
Just got on a
Did
boat.
Stuff.
Yeah,
We're on a
lot
boat?
of boat.
Boat-related activities.
Did some cruise ship.
Period.
Just did some cruise ship.
I was gonna say activities, but I couldn't think of the word activities, so I was desperately searching for any word to fill in the space, and I could not, so I just let it sit.
It was good.
Did some cruise ship. There was some bonding. There was some losing of skills.
Oh,
Some people don't know how to use a certain sword anymore.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I
still, still love that note you made for yourself, Chance.
I don't use the longsword anymore, you dumb fuck.
Oh. I forgot about that.
There it is. You cannot even
We
fucking
found-
use a longsword anymore, you fuck.
We found Seko.
You didn't
Oh,
find
God.
it, it was always there.
Well, yeah, but
I can't
Yeah,
believe we discovered
fucking-
it for the first time.
You're not Christopher Columbusing this. I will not let you do this fucking...
Oh shit, it's my city now.
Wow, look at this new land. Enters an entire civilization fully built with better technology than you.
yeah.
We found this continent.
Wow.
God, I hate you. All of you.
Wow.
We did it.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Alright.
And what was it?
Okay.
After the session, Merritt was having a crisis because it's a continent. That's right.
Well, that's
Those
right.
things are big.
It's very large. You come to the horrific realization that, oh, fuck,
There's
This is
a world out here.
this is a continent. And it is actually, the largest one?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Merritt should have noted this because he has the world map here. He bought one, I remember.
Yeah.
But he was
By
like,
the
"No,
way,
this is fine."
what we see on this, this Echo map is, like, a rough upper half of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of like a smaller half, if that makes
Oh my
sense.
God.
45%.
Oh my god.
Okay, okay.
Because, see, we're...
I see you, Delta.
The bottom half is uncharted.
Ah.
There's a rough coastline, but yeah, it's unlivable, and civilization has not reached its fingers out that far. So, yeah.
It's nasty fingers.
It's nasty, horrible, disgusting fingers. So last time we left off, everyone could see from the boat these 3 cities.
We are a tiny mast right here. If you zoom in, you might could still find us. Yep, there.
Yeah,
Little
that
guy.
little red.
Little red speck.
Yeah.
Right there.
Tiny.
Tiny. Because these cities are bigger than the capital that we went to. That's gone now. But anyway.
Yep.
Delayed
Our
reaction.
capital we killed.
The capital we killed with our giant pet worm. Anyway.
Didn't pet? Wait a minute.
I said
my
what? Just because I'm like, oh yes, we destroyed it, but it was the worm's fault. Obvious conspiracies. Anyway.
Yes. Where we last left off, you had first gotten pretty much close enough to really see like the cities and what's really happening on the coast. And these circles are, of course, the large metallic domes that house the city-states of Sekko. And you were all kind of having a panic attack, so that was a cool ending.
I mean, I don't know about everyone, but Merritt was at least having a crisis.
I believe
That's
Reverend
straight
said
up.
something about being like, cool.
Oh,
Probably.
fuck. Yeah,
I don't remember.
yeah. At first, everyone's like, "Oh wow," and then at least Team Virtue was like, "Oh wow, oh no."
Oh no. So yeah, it takes you like another day almost to reach the first city, and you do head to this one first.
This smaller guy looks like an eye on that. Sorry. Anyway,
Yeah?
you know that weird picture from like piece of art within SpongeBob SquarePants? I can't think of what it was. The episode itself. Was it Bold and Brash belongs in the trash? It looks like the head from that.
Oh no!
Turn your head. This right here
Golden
looks like
Brash,
it.
more like
Yeah,
belongs in the trash.
it looks like the head bit. Anyway, I was thinking that last session, but I said nothing. Yeah, kind of.
Just get that out of there. Just delete that quickly. It was very cursed.
Yes. So to the smaller one.
Yeah. And you get into the city. It actually takes you a while to get into the city because you have entered into a new and
Oh shit!
gotta go
We don't
through
have our
customs.
papers.
you kind of have to go through customs, yeah.
Oh no!
As you dock into this dome city, the docks around it are massive, like larger than any that you've really seen so far. Basically, there's enough space for almost an armada of ships. Honestly, the docks are massive, and all of the boats. Here, let me see if I can't sort of draw up an example of what I'm thinking of. Dynamic lighting. Oh, forgot about that. Keep doing that.
Let me out.
Oh yeah.
Free them.
Read them. I was distracted because there's a stink bug on my lamp.
Oh, I got a shitload of those in here.
Yeah, they are the terror of Tennessee, especially around here too. It's just sort of circling around the metal bit. Because it realized, oh shit, the light bulb is hot.
The fucking bug.
And now it's going
Yeah.
around the lampshade. What you doing, bud? I just sort of have a peaceful accord with with a majority of them until they land on my stuff. This one is sort of in a gray area, even though it's in the brightest area of my room.
So, essentially, off of the coast for the docks, there's this large walled-in area, not like like physical large imposing walls that you can't like see the horizon with once you enter. It's kind of just like to stop boats from just driving through. um and then there's like thousands of docking spaces in here, but everything has to pass through this gateway here, which has about, I want to say 20 entrances for like lines of boats to enter, and it's not like super crowded. Like you get through to the line pretty fast. It's not like, oh shit, we have to sit in fucking 5-lane traffic for 20 minutes. It's you pull up and it only takes you about 20 to 15 to 20 minutes before you actually get into the boathouse. And these half elves primarily is what you see working through the station. You keep sending pictures. It's extremely distracting, and I hate this. Also, don't.
So the theme is SpongeBob tonight, apparently. Okay, come on, please.
Steelers look. I hate it so much.
Fellas, look.
Essentially, a team of elves and half elves board your ship, and Geo is not at all like upset by this. He kind of just like before all of this happened, just says like, be cool. You're not illegal.
Reverend squints.
It's just like, okay.
Well.
And he sort of tells you like they're gonna go through your stuff, and like just be ready for that. And if there's anything super illegal, he can smuggle it for you.
Oh my god, bless his heart.
I mean,
Pen just kind of glances at Hector.
Let me just look at my inventory really quick, make sure there's nothing I need to fucking hide.
I mean, Merritt still has some of the, like, Fey tea, but you can't tell its effects by looking at it. It's just some tea. And Merritt doesn't even realize that's illegal at all.
I'm good, I just got a lot of gay books.
Let me search through your bags. Oh, wow, okay.
Can I borrow one?
Considering his stuff, Merritt's like, well, I don't want these taken, and he puts on Ragnar's gold shutter shades. He wears them so they're seen, but not taken from his face.
Hell yeah!
And so he's just that in tandem with his hat. It's like he's ready to go to the beach almost.
Yeah,
And then go to a fucking party.
Yeah, that's all he does in response. He's just like, oh, hold on. Bam.
Are you worried about Hector, Pen? Do you want to do anything?
Pen is a little bit worried about Hector.
Make sure to feed him before they reach their hands in.
I feed him every day that there is food available. So
Yeah. I assume, unless we're like in a dungeon or something, I won't ask it.
Well, I mean, just like if it's early-ish this morning, just like make sure you. Oh god.
I don't
that's
think Pen would say anything though. So there we go.
Okay.
That decision's been made.
Pen is anxious but silent.
And the rest of us don't think about it. We're just like, oh yeah, that's a bag of holding that eats things sometimes. None of us actually say it, but we've established we all know Hector, right?
We're used to Hector.
Yeah.
Hector's part of the squad.
Just part of the squad.
So yeah, Geo asks you to sort of gather your like personal bags and put them on deck, just so like it's easier for them to go through them quickly. And once you get into this station, all of the personnel are all in matching uniform, and it's just a simple like a gray button-up shirt and like dark pants. Like it's nothing fancy at all. And they have a small symbol that kind of looks like a wave pinned to their shirt, and they all look very professional. And they board your boat like very calmly, and they speak to Geo in a language that none of you understand.
I was wondering if that would happen. Anyway.
and Geo speaks back fine, and he sort of guides them around the ship as they inspect things. And they have these tools that kind of look like, I guess, police batons,
Oh yeah, you know.
but
We're gonna die.
they're kind of just like waving them around on the ship. Like they don't seem to be weapons.
God, it's
And,
the contraband detectors.
You kind of get the sense that it's detecting something.
Oh boy.
And several, like about half of them go below ship to inspect like the storage and all of the goods below deck, and the rest sort of begin rifling through all of your things. And it's not just yours, like the crew brought up their bags as well to make things easier, and then to kind of like wave the wands over all of you as they go by. And they make strange sounds, the wands actually, especially as they like wave over you. And you're like, I don't know what the fuck that means, and you're kind of like giving them like a nervous smile, like, hey, don't arrest me.
I don't know what's wrong. Hey, are we good?
But they sort of don't super like, they'll when it makes a noise or whatever, they'll pause for a second and kind of look at you or the thing, and then continue. And it does seem to be like your magical items.
Oh,
It
just
passes over
imagine it-
Rizlan and just fucking starts screaming.
It does. Like as it waves over Rizlan, it's like their face kind of contorts as they do it, and Rizlan's just like, yeah.
don't worry about
And they
it.
actually ask Rizlan to step aside.
Oh god, boy.
Like, imagine it goes over Merritt and it's just like faintly screaming, and it goes over where Cologne Marcus, and then it yells, and they're like, what? And he's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, there is like faint magic within most of you, and
Yeah.
you know, within your heritage it varies. So there's noises and sounds that like activate as they go over you, and they don't seem affected by most of them, like the background ones, or even like certain marks, like the mark on your chest, Merritt. They wouldn't really be like, open up your shirt, show us what the fuck
Yeah.
that is.
It's just accepted.
Yeah, they just kind of nod, and they go over your weapons also, and don't seem particularly upset by them.
Merritt does not summon his bow.
Does
For
Krios
this.
scream?
Hmm?
Does Krios scream?
I know you mean like the detector.
Uh,
just yeah. Does his thing with it. Just
Krios just starts screaming. It does make a noise, and they do look it over, but hand it back to you without a problem.
Reverence. These people make her nervous.
oh yeah.
As well
Nobody
as like
likes going through customs.
the mark on your hand also makes the detectors go
Oh,
off,
word?
and the stuff on your necklace and stuff.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah.
When it passes over her necklace, she looks, and it like makes a noise. She looks a little confused for a second.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Okay. Okay, Reverence, you smart?
About that, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
You dumb. She dumb.
You hear the noise as it passes over, but you're kind of like dissociating.
Word.
And also, there is a lot of like background noises happening as it passes over you. A tiefling, cleric,
Word.
so it doesn't really register.
Understood. Reverence disassociating.
Yeah,
Reverence good out here.
and Pen.
Yeah.
Oh,
They go through your things, and for the most part, it's not a problem until they get to Hector.
Uh huh.
And at first they're like, they don't seem supremely bothered, and then they kind of pause, and then motion for you to hand over the bag.
Pen does.
Okay.
Gia
Yeah,
said this was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you hand over Hector carefully, and Hector seems complacent, but also, like, as you pass it over, it senses that it's no longer with you, the one person who feeds it all the time. And it kind of grumbles a little bit, and the elf just stops and, like, gives it a good look before placing it to the side, like, kind of with Rizlon, where the things are going to stand later. And then continues on. You don't have any other problems.
Sweet.
And, for the most part, yeah, everything goes smoothly. They do look over all of your magical items, and, nothing is taken away yet.
Yet.
The other elves from below deck seem to have finished. They come up, and, they all kind of give you, like... half of them, the ones who are below deck, like, kind of give the one who's in charge, like, a sign going, like, yep, it's all clear down there, and leave off to their, like, another boat to start working. And, the ones who are going through your things move on to the Rizlon pile. And, among Geo's things, they had pulled out, like, several little odd things, and you recognize at least one of them to be some sort of bomb.
Oh.
Good, good.
And, there are, like, their guns are out, and, they don't seem to be paying as much attention to them because they are non-magical, and, like, you can look it over and be like, this is steel and some sort of powder, and, like, it's something, but it's not, like, a strange and dangerous magical object, so they've just kind of, like, put them down. Yes, KR. And, they go over to the Rizlon pile, and at this point, Rizlon is, like, standing with his arms out and, like, legs spread, and there's, like, two of them, like, rubbing the batons down, and he's just like,
knows the thrill.
he doesn't seem, like, unfamiliar with the situation, no.
Reverence is watching with an eyebrow raised.
And, the batons are like, blam, 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 as they go down his, like, body, and he's just like,
As it's
just
being
how
real,
it is.
yeah, as it's being real loud, Merritt's like casually like stepping back, assuming they're done. You know, as they're done with him, he's like, "I'm good without these noises. You carry on." Sorry, Rizlon.
Rizlon gives you a nod. And, like, occasionally, like, a particularly loud noise will go over, and they're like, they motion for him to give them something, and he has to, like, reach inside of his boot or something and pulls out a knife.
I love him.
And then they go over Hector, and, the person who took it from you, Pen, says something to the others that kind of motions of, like, be careful.
That's probably best.
I swear to God, it growled. So be careful.
And they kind of very carefully, like, probe it over with the batons and, like, kind of poke at it a little bit. And Hector doesn't attack, but it does sort of flinch and snap a little bit.
No,
And they flinch back as well, and they're like, oh.
oh, it's alive.
And they have, like, a discussion amongst themselves, and then they call over their superior, who also, like, begins talking about it, and they're just kind of looking at it for a while before eventually they seem to finish, and they seem satisfied, and they don't take Hector.
Thank God. I would have killed
And,
them.
and then, after they seem to have fully scanned down everything on the boat, they go over back to Geo and give him a piece of paper, and again, a foreign language that none of you understand, and he nods, and they all depart off the ship, and the ship moves through the port again. And at this point you can see like the size and scope of the port in full, and it is like it's like being in that 5-lane traffic now, because there is a shit ton of ships in here. Like all the way up to the dome. It is parking spaces full of ships, essentially. And everything is alive and moving. Like, there are people who are moving cargo in and out, and, you know, there's, like, recreational ships, professional ship, like, any sort of sea profession here is happening. Like, fishing boats, etc., exploration, cargo, and, like, everything's moving around, and it's very, excuse me, I'm burping. It's very interesting to watch, but it's also very overwhelming.
Robert's is so uncomfortable.
Yeah. At this point,
with wide eyes.
you can also like take your belongings back below deck or move them to wherever you wish. Like, you don't have to stay on deck if you don't want.
Merrick collects his things, but doesn't like move from deck. He's ready
Yeah.
for adventure now.
And the crew of the ship is, you know, running around. They've put their things back below deck, and they're making sure everything is like getting ready to anchor down. And then it takes a little bit to find like a space, but you get there eventually in the docks. And yeah, you settle down, and the ship parks. I'm at a loss for words of what that is called. Yeah, there it is.
There we go, docks.
It docks.
It parks.
It parks, and you are set free.
We are released into the city. Their mistake.
Geo,
Do they know what happened to the last city we visited?
oof. How many of these are you gonna burn down?
March hasn't gone yet, but we like it too much for now.
Geo kind of stops before you all like get off the ship, and I imagine you kind of hesitate for a bit because it's like, oh god, we're in a new place. And he kind of takes you all and says, now I don't know, I don't think you know very much about Seko, any of you. And he kind of like gives you all a look over.
Not for want of trying.
He nods. I've seen you reading. I respect the learning, but it's a lot to learn. There is a lot of languages, and I think you might find language barriers. And you're all pretty talented, so I think you'll probably have some sort of way to get across that. But do you need a translator?
Not positive.
Robert just says yes.
I do have this earring and it allows me to comprehend all languages, but I cannot speak it back. So
We need a translator.
Rizlan speaks up and says,
Oh wait, no. He's
I mean,
I do speak the language.
there we go.
Never
And
mind.
Gio-
Rizla like everything.
Jill perks up and seems like kind of relieved, like, oh god, I'm setting these people loose on this continent. And goes,
He
okay,
understands what he's
all
doing.
right. That's fine. That's good. I don't know how long you plan on being here, but it might be a good idea to get some sort of system where we can contact each other.
Right.
I suggest looking in the city. Like I've said before, but Seko is advanced, and magic and technology are pretty common here.
That's fair. We can definitely look. At the very least, could always work my way back here, and that you know exactly how long we might intend to stay. It'll definitely be at least a few days.
He nods and says, I have no problem with, waiting here even a few weeks. It's just depending on, how long you want to stay through here. I know you're doing something. And he kind of gestures to you, Merritt. I do have other things to do. Unfortunately, I can't taxi you everywhere. And I have no problem, bringing you back and forth. That's not a problem at all. It's just making sure my time is used wisely.
Of course. Honestly, I wasn't even against trying to find my way back to Marnshaw, but everyone else, well, they're here with me at their own volition, and they can leave as they want. I don't want to keep anyone that long, even if it may take a while.
Reverence fucking slings her arm around Merritt's shoulders, like, nope. Don't be foolish.
Well, still.
Don't.
I'm not going to speak for everyone or have you speak for everyone. I appreciate the sentiment, though, but... yeah. We'll figure out the time. We'll be here. And definitely get you back where you need to be. At the very least.
He gives you a shrug and, a playful, hand gesture, oh, whatever. It says, you're all friends. Almost family. So, it's no problem.
Me crying.
Yeah, me crying on Merritt's behalf also. Crying in the club, okay. But Merritt, gives you this fun look and goes, thank you.
He gives you a grin. Now, go have a fun time. He, shoos you off.
All right, Mom.
By the way,
I
when
love my mom, Geo.
my mom, Geo. By the way, when I said Merritt is ready for the beach, because he's wearing his shutter shades, and by this point he's taken them off and put them back. It's because he's gone to wearing what he bought for Sekko by this point. Because it's within range. It's time. So he actually has the skirt, and it's fine.
Mm.
Reverence needs to go shopping.
Mm.
That's among the agendas. That's how we know the city. Immediately shop.
Time to shop.
New place, new clothes.
Yeah, so we go into the city. And Merritt makes sure to buddy system. Baby Chain commences.
Baby Jane.
Maybe Jane.
Jane?
Baby Jane.
So, everyone good?
I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How is everyone feeling?
Merritt's coming over the nerves.
Not
He's
great.
excited and
Reverence is so uncomfortable.
It's big. There's not a whole lot of trees.
One would say there's almost 0 trees.
It's not great.
there's a dry shrub every every once in a blue moon. God.
And Noah's fine, honestly. He's kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
Reverence is just like, oh my god, there's so many fucking people here.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't like that.
Relatable.
Too many of them.
How's
Have
Nora?
a fucking nice day.
Anxiety.
Exciting. There we go.
Anxiety
New
sets
place.
on.
New place.
Understandable.
Reverence, for once, sweating with Nor.
Well, that's new. Join a club.
Sweating.
I mean, we're all semi-unprepared for the heat, so
Yeah, well, there's that too.
the club is joined. Is Noah still wearing the big ass coat? Just.
You know it.
Are both of the Yin boys still wearing their coats?
You still in the Yeezys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know it.
You know it.
Easy till I die.
Mood.
Which you might.
Yeezys all day, every day,
God. Alright.
till death do us part.
Marry my Yeezys.
He probably went back to his original Yeezy coat, not like the winter one.
Hmm.
But still, it's
Summer
a coat.
Yeezy coat.
Not summer, but it's like a fall. It's a fall season.
Get ready to get your ass blasted, Nora.
But yeah, so we proceed. Yeah, like
Right.
where it's smiling, but it's slightly nervous. Still. And
Yeah.
we proceed.
It is already warm, like hot. Like at this point, I imagine if you haven't changed your clothes, any coats you're wearing, you have taken off, or you're just sweating in. Like it's above 90 degrees. It's probably almost 100 or more.
Oof.
Oh yeah, just Reverence will not be wearing the cloak.
Yeah.
During
You
this.
suffer for your aesthetic? Time
No.
to answer that question.
New aesthetic, no daggers from the cloak. New
Yeah.
aesthetic, less daggers.
Noah's definitely out of his shit.
Mhm.
Not like
Yeah.
I fucking use the dagger cloak anyway.
It had basically been getting warmer, but you hadn't really noticed because you were underwater, and when you all came up, it was hot, and being on the ocean definitely helped like a ton. Like it was warm and cool at this
Sea breeze.
warm and cool. Yeah, it was a sea breeze. It's like a nice summer day. Merritt, I'm sure you've appreciated that.
Yeah.
And
Bless.
being here and in the sort of even on the docks where it's more sheltered in with like the clusters of ships and the docks and whatnot, it is almost instantly hotter.
Yep.
Yeah, it is sweltering. And yeah, you leave Geo on the boat and head towards the city with Rizlan and all of your belongings. Like sad hobos.
That's what we are. Do any of us have homes? Merritt's got a home.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a forest, but yeah.
This counts. Does anybody else have a home?
I don't know if Noah has a home or not.
Noah, do you have a home? Cave in the mountains.
He does, but it's
It's
Never
a little bit
has
rough.
gone to it. Really, he's gone to it, but he's
It's not very lived in. He's
not very lived in
adventurous.
at all.
Closest thing Reverence has is the Wardale. So,
I'm glad you remembered that.
yes! Fucking that's all I crave!
You think I don't recite this every day when I wake up?
Okay, did you see that I was like, why didn't you tag this as Noah? Did you see?
Me?
Yes! I reblogged it from you like, I can't believe you didn't fucking tag Noah with this.
No, I did not see that. I'm sorry.
Well,
You just
a
use
post
this
I
as a
did.
call out post for me now.
yes.
Oof.
God.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it is a call-out post. You don't see anything I tagged for you.
I sure don't see anything on Tumblr at all.
You're a fucking mess.
I am. Tumblr's a bad.
I thought you were gonna say a bastard, but I guess that works too.
It is
I
a
mean,
bastard. And if you want me to see things, you have to directly speak to me.
All right. Duly noted.
Anyway. Fucking trucking is all I crave.
It's good.
We proceed into the city.
Yeah, you all find your way through the docks, and it is well massive. It's not maze-like. Like there's a very clear structure, so it's not difficult to make your way up to the city, and the entrance to the city again. The domes have these very large like half walls around them before they actually turn into the curved roof, and the docks sort of lead into the half wall facing the ocean. I keep burping because I'm drinking Coke to stay awake. I'm sorry. And they all sort of converge into this central branch of docks that head up towards this massive opening sort of tunnel through the wall, and it's crowded but organized, I guess is the way to describe the way that the people are moving in. Like there's a system to it. Like people are moving in and out without bumping
It's-
into each other.
It's like there's lanes.
Yeah, it's like there's lanes, and there is guards posted around the docks and at the base of this tunnel, and they are not like most guards you have seen before. Most guards have some amount of visible armor and usually carry like weapons or you know large weapons. These ones kind of look like normal people. The only thing that really tips you off is they are all in the same uniform, and they also have a badge on their shirt similar to the people who inspected your ship. However, this one is just a small shield, and they do carry staves.
Them's fucking cow prods.
There's not no.
Super batons.
The staves don't look
Fucking
anything.
Big old taser.
The staves don't. I mean, if you knew what a taser is, I guess you could possibly have that theory, but you don't. So
Well, Siren knows what a fucking taser is.
Too bad
They-
you're not in the campaign.
they do just look like very simple and sleek cylindrical staves, and they're all made of the same dark wood material.
Can I
Tasers.
Pen respects
Detect-
this.
merit also, but can I Eldritch Sight it and see if those are magical, maybe? Do they,
You
do they shimmer?
absolutely can. Yeah, you look at them, and similar to Rizlan, it's all magic.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright.
You look at them, and their uniforms like
They're
have
just
the
sort of
glow
subtle
magic in them.
beacons.
Yeah. Looking around this with, let's start with that. Looking around this,
Mhm.
there's a lot of magic happening around you. Some of it is from like people going in and out. Like a lot of the strangers just have a lot of magic on them. Some of it's in their bags, some of it's on their person, some of them are just like surrounded by this aura of magic. And the dome itself does not have a glow to it from the outside that you can see. But as you go through this tunnel, well, first of all, let me, I guess, reveal the map of the inside of the city. And then we'll talk about it.
Please. Please. I've been waiting for it. There it
Holy
is!
shit.
Oh shit.
Here, let me.
It looks so good.
This
I like
one.
these little...
Just let me shrink it real
these
fast.
little notes. I'm glad that we...
Oh,
I was wondering what the city's name was. Oh yeah, you know. Oh.
Even this is not small enough, I won't lie.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Oh,
that's fine.
oh my gosh.
it's a very big city.
It's all of
Um,
these were bigger than Minalta, I think, was said last session.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Reverence is so uncomfortable.
So, what you can see from where you are is the city sort of. It's not on the levels, like. Minolta had these raised levels with the central pathways that were kind of deeper in, so there were the walls around them. This is all on one level. Like, you can see the buildings. You don't have to, like, walk up any stairs or anything like they were in Minolta. And, you can see the entirety of the roof of the dome, and it's massive. These 4 circles here are pillars that hold up the roof. And, you can see that there are these spokes, essentially. You can only see the one that you're on really right now, but for your benefit, there's these spoke-like central pathways through the entire city that all connect in the middle in this massive plaza. And Merritt, as you walk through here, you see these tendrils of magic coming out from the 4 pillars and collecting in the center in a massive, like, arcanic ball, and it just spins.
And that wasn't visible before?
It is invisible, yes.
Oh, good! At all the very shiny, very magical sights where it, like, holds closer to who he's holding hands with, which is at least Noah and maybe, like, Reverence on his other side. Because baby chain.
I mean, yeah, Reverence is for sure, like, she's got her arm in Rizlan's, if he will permit. She's
Yeah, it's
like,
fine.
yeah, she's like, oh god, there's so much happening, I'm so scared. And she would certainly use the other hand to hold Merritt's.
Yeah, like, as we were going through the dogs, Merritt definitely made sure, is everyone held?
Baby chain, baby chain.
Yeah, because, like, this is very big. We can't get lost, guys. But yeah, so holds tighter. Is like, oh, Queen's life.
As you're going through these crowds of people, well, number one, everyone stares at the owlbear.
Oh yeah,
Right, sure.
There's
Noah is still a head above everyone else.
there's we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, like the owlbear, Lilith draws a lot of attention. Like,
This poor baby.
number
She's
one,
not meant
you
for hot climates. Sorry.
you can't understand what most of the people here are saying. Like, most of them speak a language, and you just don't understand it. There are glimpses of languages that you do recognize, like you know, race languages. But for the most part, this is a language that is like, it's not something you've ever heard before. And I will say, like, for your sake, it is essentially, Common isn't the only language. Hey.
Mhm.
Common is a language that a lot of people share, but it's not
Turns out common isn't as common as you would think.
Mhm.
No? Bad joke?
I appreciated it. I just don't know how true it is. That's why I was letting Delta try to hum out, I guess.
I mean, Common is the most common language, which is why it's called Common. Siren.
Listen, I'm just
But
out
it's not
here.
the usual dialect of this place.
Yes.
I just be out here, okay?
I understand this because I have something like this set up in the one shot.
Even
kinda.
within Tanum, and I imagine at least Noah would know this, there are different languages.
Mm.
Specifically, like, in the north. So perhaps Merritt would also have heard at least of these languages.
Yeah. He knows common, but he knows it's not like the only specific language. He just doesn't understand. He still only knows common and then Sylvan fluently.
Yeah.
Does he? I would assume he does not pick up any Sylvan.
You pick up traces. There are a lot of
Other
elves here.
Yeah.
So you'll hear like a snippet. There's a lot of people here,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, it's white noise. But
Yeah.
then you'll hear something of like, "Oh God, I recognize what you just said. Apples."
Ding. Anyway.
And then,
Like, people, where are you? No,
Yeah.
never mind. We gotta focus.
Yeah, but everyone speaks a language you don't understand. The mix of races here is different than Tanim's, I guess. Tanim is a lot of humans. There's a lot of humans, and to the south there's a lot of dwarves, and there's a couple elves and like halflings sprinkled in, gnomes occasionally, but not super. Here it's primarily elves, orcs. There's a surprising number of Goliaths.
Oh,
And
you know.
Big.
Fuck cold resistance. We're out in the heat.
And tieflings
Oh.
and dragonborn.
Ah.
There's a lot of tieflings and dragonborn. They are the
My people.
most prominent ones that you see.
Would Noah also pick up on any like draconic and shit?
Yeah, you could pick up on draconic.
It's just, again, for most all of us, it is white noise, so it's like
Yeah.
things here and there.
It's like when you go to the mall and you block out all of the sound, but then like something will pick your ear for some reason. You'll be like, ah, okay.
Remember, here's somebody talking about JCPenney's.
Wow, did you see this shirt I got at JCPenney's? Wow, it looks really nice. Yeah, I'd say, Reverence, you probably hear the most, because Infernal, but yeah, for the most part, it's not common to use the race languages. Similar, like, how back on Tanum, everyone spoke common.
Mm.
Yeah, Reverence probably like listens but doesn't listen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just like, oh, hey, there's that. Okay. Mind my
Yeah.
business. Remember the baby chain.
Yeah. And you all begin making your way through the streets. Do you look to Rizlan for any guidance, or are you just gonna walk?
I mean, it's been content just kind of walk, but wherever
I mean,
we are.
That is fine.
I think
I've-
everyone's following each other, so.
I mean, Reverence is like attached to Rizlan in fear.
He's
So-
sort of moving forward. He's like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're
Rizlan
going to
is
find
probably
something.
in the front of the baby chain.
Rizlan,
All
lead
of us
baby.
scared little toddlers behind him.
Lead the babies. We'll say, yeah, you all follow this central walkway down to the center. It's gonna take a long time, and something about this is the city seems to know how large it is. Like as you're walking down, there's
Baby in charge.
Dungle,
Okay.
why don't you like
You
my
mean
jokes
boss
tonight?
baby?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking this entire time.
No.
Die.
Rizlan's a boss baby?
Stop.
Yeah.
I.
Please don't.
This is the worst.
We're gonna sit in silence till you laugh at it. No.
No.
No, we're not going to do that. I'm not. Oof, that's be rough.
Now would I go back when my mom were park, like a theme park, literally they would call the like managers just over the ticket sellers picks, person in charge. That's all I'm thinking about now. He's
Yeah,
the pick.
HBIC is usually head bitch in charge.
There we go. Anyway,
But right now, it's head baby in charge.
Boss baby.
It's fuck you.
Don't be a coward.
Correct.
It's boss baby.
Fuck
Die.
you.
Anyway, um, the central street, number one, it is irrigated. There are streams of water that go down either side of the street, and it's not just like, just step in this water and just walk around in it. Like, there's specific bridges to walk over the water, and it's kind of not deep, like it's only a foot deep of water or so, but it's clearly seems to be meant as like drinking water. Or, like, here's don't die. It's fucking crazy out here. Also, this dome, like, as you've gone through it, and especially towards the center, it's not as hot in here. It's bearable. It's not, like, by any means, like, an air-conditioned kind of feel. It's still, like, 80s, but it's better than the almost 100.
Mm-hmm.
And there is, air moving through. Like, it's not still air beneath the dome. And there's plenty, as you walk down the road, there's plenty of, like, rest stops, essentially, where there's, like, here's benches and water and, like, a cool place to sit, to rest for a little while. And people, like, taking advantage of, like, people are gonna stop here. So there's, like, small carts set up, and it's like, buy my wares. Do you want me to repeat any of the irrigation things?
No, I mean, I understand. I think I understand the point. There's, irrigation is in water side by side, and maybe like signs every once in a while that's like, hey, danger? What? I don't know. Got it.
It's essentially, it's like clearly drinking water.
Yeah.
And it's not like, it's not crystal clear, but also this is medieval times, so big quotes around that. I'm not gonna say it's medieval times, this is a crazy place, but
This is a crazy place.
As a high fantasy sort of.
as high fantasy, it's like clear water isn't the first, clean water isn't like the first, like it's clear, it looks clean enough, but also horses drink out of this.
It's
And
close enough.
people. So yeah, you head down through this for a long time. Well, the sun is beginning to fade by the time you get to the central pillar and your central plaza, and it opens up into this massive space that's like, I want to say like the size of Marnshaw. Like, it's a giant place.
Oh, good.
Like, you come in here and you're like, oh, wow, okay. And
And we've been getting closer to the arcane orb, and now it's just sort of hovering over. Is that
yes.
okay? As they were getting closer, Merritt sort of goes. So, a curious thing. Does anyone know why there's sort of energy floating in the center there?
Reverend
Um,
looks up.
Definitely.
Reverend,
Say
you see
anything?
nothing. If you are not using,
It's-
what's it fucking called? The magic eyes.
Detect magic is
There it is. If you're not
technically
using,
this.
No.
Yeah.
No magics. Reverend just fucking looks up and then looks back at Merritt like, are you fucking okay?
there is,
Remember, well,
as you've
that's-
gotten closer,
yeah.
there is some sort of thing that is attached to the ceiling. It kind of looks like 4 prongs. That doesn't come all the way down. It's like way, way, way up there. Not even like a problem, but it's there. And Merritt, you can that it's kind of like centered with these prongs.
Yeah, it's the filter-ish thing. Central point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, as Reference looks back, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Where it goes, well, remember how I see magic at times? I've been looking around, and first off, everything is very bright. Second off, the pillars are emanating power, and it's going to the center there.
Reverend kind of looks at everything Merritt's talking about and looks back at Merritt and goes, that's very cool.
I'm more wondering what it's for.
Rizlan looks up, and says, I believe they're to power the city.
Power it?
Things are strange here, Merritt. I know you've been reading, but basically, everyone has. Do you know lightning?
You know what lightning is?
Yes.
They sort of have that in their houses, but controlled.
Mary immediately suspicious.
Yeah, Reverence is just like, holy shit, what?
It's very difficult to explain. I think you'll come to like it, or if you've actually met it. He doesn't seem like pleased with that wording, but he doesn't say anything else.
He doesn't know how to phrase.
Yeah.
Darling, I don't know if I want to meet House Lightning.
You will. Trust me, this land has many wonderful things that you will get spoiled on.
It's just
Noah's like imagining like a jar with a pet lightning bolt in it that zips
that's what
around.
Merritt's trying to think.
Reverence is seeing like an orb on the ceiling, but it's not a light bulb, it's just like lightning that's like striking different things in the house at people's whims.
That's what Merritt's gonna
Only
too,
striking
but
what
he
I
doesn't
want
Please.
to.
static.
Please everyone tell me what you're imagining.
Literally just a lightning storm, but in a house. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Oh god.
The gang meets electricity.
This is such a gift, Merritt, my dumb son.
Man, my fucking idiots.
I love him so much.
You will come to understand.
As soon as you started talking about like the lights in the city, I'm like, oh god, they have electricity. Merritt, you don't know.
To be fair,
He's
none of us
afraid of
know,
lightning
except for
storm.
Ruslan. Ruslan knows.
Oh god.
Ruslan
knows
is out
many
here
things.
knowing.
He's a
Yes,
bard, isn't
bitch. We know shit and fuck.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
God. Alright, it's a wonderful surprise for later.
It's gonna be so good.
But yeah, the Central Plaza, it is the very center of this. There's a road that leads all around the center, but the center of this is a green area where a massive tree is growing.
Yep.
Oh my
And,
god, Pen, there's a tree.
Pen is very excited.
And
So is Merritt. Nature kids. There's nature.
around
We
it is
found
sort
Central
of
Park.
very organized, what look to be farms and orchards. Just sort of in sections around this main central tree, and there are people like working and keep taking care of the plants. And Pen, roll a nature check for me.
All right.
Yeah, that's high enough. These people are druids.
Nice.
You found them.
They are again, they are in these uniforms similar to the docks and the guards. These ones are a different color, but they all seem to be like all of the uniforms that you've seen so far are very neutral colors and like plain outfits, and they all have a leaf pinned on their chest.
Cute.
But yeah, they're taking care of the trees and harvesting things, and you can see that they're taking them away to different places and moving around, and there's water that the water seemed to actually be coming from here somehow, maybe beneath the tree, but it separates to all the spokes of the city.
Yes, we found it. Nature.
It's here.
I just imagine Payne and Merritt looking at each other excited, like, they have it!
They've
They
got
have
nature
it.
here too.
A tree.
Can you believe it? But yeah.
There's a really funny part of my mind that went, can Merritt still speak to these plants?
These
No,
Are these
also
plants
speaking
speaking a different plant
language.
language?
This
I'm
is
not
a
going to
different
find
dialect of plant tree. You'll have to find out, won't you?
Not right now, but maybe at a point. He's not gonna just go up and start talking to the plants while they're being tended.
Um,
Oh my god.
I feel
Same
busy right
Merritt.
now.
You can hear, because you can just hear plants. You can hear the trees humming, and they seem to be just humming a song.
Aw.
Aw.
I love this place.
Merritt idly sort of hums along quietly.
Soon you will be driven mad by this song. Wake up! Oh God, I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, they sing.
Yeah. And at this point, it has gotten dark enough that the sun is no longer over the half wall around the dome, and it almost very methodically you see lights come on, and you're used to flame lamps and that kind of concept, but as you watch these come on, there is no flame to these lights, and they're essentially street lights that they're very simple ones, but they spread out throughout the entire city, and the city lights up.
You know that, what is it, like in a parking garage or something major where the light turns on and it's like tung, tung, like it makes thud noises as each light
Yeah.
goes on? I don't know if that happens, but I'm imagining it.
There's a light hum as the lights turn on.
Merritt still slightly flinches, like, oh shit.
Reverence is just looking up like, what the fuck? How'd they get the suns to be small in there?
Do you say that?
No! She
But that's
thinks
the
it.
look on her face.
Yes! She looks at the stuff and she thinks, holy shit, how'd they break up the sun and put it in there?
God, this is truly wild.
They don't have shit but electricity!
I
and
know,
use
it's
electricity
good.
in our Dungeons and Dragons game!
You've given us such a gift, Dutta.
It's delightful. It's wild.
Oh my god. Mary just squints, just like, what?
No,
like
you
the
know
city,
what?
that was literal.
Honestly, Reverence kind of looks at the shit as it comes on and looks at Rizlan and it's just like, how did they do that?
Do you remember that lightning I was talking about?
That's not lightning!
It's not.
That's the sun, but small.
Where it does
It's
like
a learning process, darling.
where it does like I did some minutes ago and stares too long at the lights and then looks back down and starts blinking.
Yeah. These lights are harsher than flame lights, yeah.
Rizlan, how did they put the sun in there?
It's very complicated. Do you want me to just explain it all right now?
She
Yes.
squints. Yeah, honestly.
I'm sure we'd all be
Go-
happy to
go
listen,
for
but
it.
we might want to find somewhere proper to stay.
Yes, we can. I'll explain once we get to a hotel or something. How's that
Okay.
sound?
Fantasy Holiday Inn. Good.
Fantasy holiday and everyone roll a survival check.
I'm proficient in that.
Wait, like we all are. Here's the thing.
Oh.
We all out here being survivors.
Except Nor, I think. That's reasonable. Oh, Nor.
Ah,
Oh, 10.
Pen is so tired of being in this new place.
Pen is already asleep. Nor has been lost for you lost Nor halfway through. And didn't notice.
Baby
No.
Jane.
No,
Please.
everyone is
Please,
together.
baby
I'm not.
Jane.
Like if it was a nat one, I might take that, but no.
Please.
oh
Baby
god.
Jane.
Fine or no.
Nora's dead.
Ranger boys, got
Well,
this.
it was nice knowing you.
It was nice knowing you.
Time for you to die in real life.
We find him suddenly with a beard, just
I'm alright with that.
tooting his kazoo sadly for coin. Just hobo now.
That's what he's been doing before.
Back to his roots.
Oh.
God.
Back to what he was doing a month ago.
Toot toot.
Now that my freak adventure is over. Yeah. You find a hotel. It's basically Fantasy Holiday Inn. I was rolling place you managed to find, or how bad. It's all right. It's a nice enough place. You find it, and Rizlan leads the way, and sort of as you enter the lobby, the
The Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn. As you enter the lobby of the this hotel, the most of the buildings here are different than Tandem. They seem to be made of more like a sort of concrete type thing. You'd probably know similar things like mortar is a type of concrete, and you know of that.
We're sort of like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah, you understand it, but probably don't know like, oh, this is that thing immediately. But it's a type of concrete, and
We're just
most
like,
of the
oh, it's
buildings
stone.
are very angular to fit in this space. Like everything has a place and is made in a specific shape for that place. It's like a puzzle almost. Everything has this very orderly fashion to it, so that there's room for everyone in this unexpandable city, right? Like it can't get bigger.
Self-contained. It's like stop.
Yeah. So buildings, instead of going out, tend to go up. So this lobby, the hotel is tall, a good probably 5 stories. And Rizlan leads the way and speaks with the secretary. What?
Sure.
the Holiday Inn secretary?
Why not?
The
Clerk?
desk
Clerk.
person. The clerk.
Just jockey.
Fuck.
It took me too long to remember that after my grandma spent literal years being one. But anyway.
He speaks with the clerk, and he speaks in the language that you've been hearing all day long, and they seem surprised because they get a look at all of you first, and to put it lightly, you all stand up like sore thumbs. There's a bear, and you all just don't seem to fit in very well. Some of you are still wearing like winter clothes almost. So yeah, when Rizlan speaks in their language, they seem surprised, but speak back, and Rizlan gets you 3 rooms for you to divide up however you wish. And yeah, you have a place to stay. And before you all sort of split off, I imagine you all sort of gather up into one room and like relax for a moment. And just be like, oh god, we're all here, right?
Count.
Do we
count
lose
the heads.
anyone?
Head
Where's Nora?
count.
Pen? Where's Pen? Oh, there you are. You're just short.
I mean, most of the party has that moment, but we don't say it.
You're not supposed to say it!
Reverence didn't say it.
But yeah, but it's just
I
no.
said it.
Oh god, a very small piece of wax fell on my hair. It's fine.
KR!
It was like a really small piece. It stood out because it landed on my silvery mouse. It's fine. Anyway, we can't do this again.
Can't we?
They let Lilith come into the rooms. It's a squeeze, cause what the fuck? But they do let Lilith in because flat out they don't know what she is or what to do with her.
God!
Oh shit.
They don't have owlbears here.
So
Well, they wouldn't, but yeah, but
when when the clerk sees Lilith, there's a long look, and Rizlan definitely talks to them about it, but eventually
see
they
him
just
frantically
let
sort of talk with his hands, like
yeah, he's like just
gestures
cool,
to Lilith, just back to the clerk.
and they kind of like nod along and like, oh, okay. I guess you can take it. I don't know what to do with that. So Lilith is crammed in one of the rooms as well.
I mean, Reverence definitely asked what he said to explain that.
Rizlan says, I said she was an expensive pet.
Oh, I suppose
Reverence
you're not wrong.
peers at Lilith. Are you expensive? She looks up at Noah after asking Lilith this question.
No? I think?
She
I
basically
didn't
feeds
buy it.
herself.
She is exotic, though, so I guess that could.
She is a very exotic.
Which is a strange sight even in Tenum, so imagine Seiko, it's even stranger still.
See, here's the thing. Owlbears aren't usually nice.
She's a sweetheart.
Pen is shocked by
Reverence-
this information.
Reverence takes one step away from Lilith.
You've seen her fight. She can be vicious, but otherwise she's a sweetheart.
Merritt pets Lilith.
No one also pets Lilith. Lilith wags her nub.
Lilith gets a good scrubs, has a good time, doesn't understand where they are or what's going on, but's having a good time now.
But is enjoying the moment.
I can't imagine she's been having a good time up to here, because she sure is fluff
honestly.
in heat.
Yeah,
We
Lilith
had to
has
have
probably
water
been
breaks just
panting.
for her.
Along with Hector?
Oh
No.
Just
Does Hector,
tongues sticking out.
like, drink water? Is that a thing?
Did you try to feed them water?
I mean, definitely yes at some point. Yes.
You've definitely poured water into Hector and are unsure if something's wet now or if there's water, if they've been hydrated.
If that's the case, Pen has been doing this, like, all the time.
It's just soaking wet.
Oh my god.
I imagine you just kind of like take Hector, like looking like a bag, and just kind of like look around for a second and then just scoop up some water from the stream.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here you
Yep.
go, baby.
You're not sure if it's hydrating them or not, but god damn it, you'll keep doing it.
I don't want Hector to, like, die.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
God.
What happens if Hector dies?
I don't want to
We
find
die.
out.
This is upsetting.
Find out.
We have a life link to this bag.
Make a survival check, Benji.
Alright.
I'm sure this is for something else, but I didn't like how you were saying that after I said we have a life link.
It's gonna happen not only to the bag, but also if they're drinking.
Eh.
Yeah, you're putting water in it.
Yep.
Something's happening. Anyway, back to the point at hand.
Fantasy Holiday Inn. Checking in.
Once you've all sort of like gathered in this room and like relaxed for like a little bit and been like, oh god, this city's crazy, right guys? Wow, did you see the fake lightning suns?
Did you see
By the way, there
lightning
is
sun?
electricity in here and the rooms are lit with light bulbs.
You know we're all
Reverend's
just
losing it.
staring at
briefly,
them.
Merritt briefly stares again before he realizes, oh fuck, that hurts, and blinks away again. And then realizes, yeah, that's a
Reverend's
bad
is
idea.
just-
It's like the sun. Don't look at it
Reverend's
that
is
hard.
just how did they get the sun in here? But small.
I imagine her trying to tap at the glass of the light bulb.
You're damn fucking right, she does.
It's hot, but
her
like you're a
claws.
tiefling.
Her claws just
Yeah.
going tick, 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 tick.
So Rizlan, tell us about the suns.
Why is there a sun in here, Rizwan?
I would love to. First of all, before this, what I was trying to say.
try so hard and we're just assholes.
Fantasy Holiday.
When you've all gathered into your one fucking fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
Rizlan pulls out one of the tables and lays down a map. It is the map we're currently looking at,
Oh, bless.
and he's sort of gestures for you all to come gather around and look at it, and he points out like, hey, you guys, we came in from up here and we've traveled down this entire fucking road and this was the center and we're like somewhere in here now. And he says, I'm not sure anyone told you, the name of the city is Vecroy.
No, we didn't hear about the specific city names. It's good to know, however.
He nods. Now, the contained sun lightning. Essentially, this is the same for most of the cities. They all gather magic the same way. The metallic roofs are used to gather energy from the sun, and it is
Reverend's face fucking lights up.
the sun. Everyone, yeah, yeah.
All this clean energy.
And the four central pillars sort of work with it. I'm not an expert on it by any means. I understand vaguely how it works. The magic goes through the pillars and becomes a more concentrated form that gathers in the center of the city, and then those things on the ceiling reroute it through the entire city, and and he points to the light bulbs and stuff, happens.
Dang it, Delta, I thought you were going to explain electricity to us. From the start.
Well,
Tell us about those electrons.
There's
Go ahead. No, please.
no, I was about to fake explain electricity. to you,
Explain
so
electricity, please.
Please don't make me do that.
Reverence looks overjoyed and she just goes, I was right. They put the
Sort
sun
of,
in here.
a little bit. No, but sure.
Why don't we have small suns in our rooms in Monshaw?
Well, the process to turn the energy from the sun the, to
Into
the
smaller
magical
suns.
to the sure.
She's grinning.
We can't turn the sun into smaller suns in Arnshaw because it's very expensive and difficult, and we're not. Most of the technology doesn't. It would take a lot of money to transfer.
I see.
It's a slow process. There is some forms of it appearing across Tenum, but it's in small quantities, nothing larger than like this.
Well, this is very impressive.
It is. I agree.
Big fan of the tiny sun.
Certainly.
She keeps saying it this way because she knows she's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, she knows this is incorrect, but she just keeps... She's like that.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Siren, I now need you to know. I'm going to be looking at my lamp and other things, and there'll be a voice in the back of my head that goes, "Tiny sun."
Good.
Even though I've lived in the modern age for 20
The tiny
years.
sun inside of my computer.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, I'm looking at my lamp. I look up at it, and there's just a tiny reference in there somewhere, like a tiny sun.
The tiny reverence that lives in your brain like a fucking Horcrux.
She fights the terrible gremlin that is depression.
Good!
She fights a
she's
good
doing
fight.
it- Yeah, she's doing it by Tiny Sun, and also I'm helping.
I'm helping. Touches depression. I'm helping.
Helping.
Yes. God. One day
It's
she'll
very
cure my
pure.
depression.
Hey, I really love this character I made. Reverence, have you met her?
She's curing my depression.
She's curing my fucking depression.
With the fairy light of my life. God, okay. But yeah, so... Oh, man.
By the way, there is these markings on the map are there, like on the one he's showing you. This is an
Oh,
old
word.
used map.
Are those places he's banned from?
You don't know.
Just pin ass.
I mean, Reverence asked. Like, she points him out, like, what's this?
Don't worry about it.
I
I'm
was
a
right.
little worried about it now that you said that.
He waves a hand. Nothing.
Other places that we can't go, and Merrick
Okay.
points at this.
Not places we can't go. Rather, places something happened. It's irrelevant. It was something I did a while ago.
Reverence squints at him.
Should we be worried for your reputation going throughout here?
No. It was, a hiring from the Horntail.
Ah.
I'm in no political danger.
So it was at least only a little bit illegal.
What? I don't know what you
We
said. You
didn't
cut
hear
out.
it.
Oh, okay. So it was at least only a little illegal.
He waves the hand non-committally.
Lovely.
I like to imagine that these scribbles here are something we could read, but it's just really bad penmanship. I don't know, but it's just funny to me to imagine. Anyway.
It. Roll d20.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's the formula.
Oh yeah. It's you cannot make any of it out to even know.
That's fair. That's what I was imagining anyway, that
Yeah.
Mary doesn't try that hard anyway, so.
Wait, can I fucking try to read this?
Everyone gather around. It's time to read. Yes, you can try.
Oh god!
Reverence can't read anymore.
Oh no.
You can stare at this.
Wait,
And-
who?
You.
Me?
Yes, I'm
What's my
talking to you.
natural one?
You stare at this map, and suddenly everything
Oh,
becomes
no.
clear. But all of these words just say poopy foot?
Reverence is very confused. God, that's so fucking funny.
That's all you can glean.
Reverence just looking at this map like, that can't be right. I know how to read common, don't I?
Poopy fuck? Everyone's rolling to read?
Yes.
It turns out none of us can read.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Us.
Pen, you get the closest.
Yes.
It's not in common, but
Shit.
it is just like a shitty penmanship, which feels a little bit odd. Actually, have you seen Rizlan's writing?
I imagine so, because he was showing me how to write.
That's right, yes, you
Yeah.
absolutely have. Rizlan has very nice penmanship.
Oh.
Have we seen
It's not-
Trixie's handwriting?
I want to fucking die. You say her name and like I seize up like I've been struck by lightning.
You have not seen Trixie's handwriting.
Dang. Pen files this note away for later. Pen will remember this.
Say the word Trixie and I'm suddenly fucking filled with hatred. I hate her so much!
You've done good, Delta. It takes a special kind of good character to invoke that much hatred. God. Just back to story. There's set this in. Like, there's nothing. It's just like this, so there's nothing like labeled. It's not Google Maps. You can zoom in.
Where's Street
Yeah,
View?
it's
Are we that far along in technology?
who knows?
I mean, this is still
You could
just a
go
paper
shopping.
map, so no. But
Yeah, there's none of the streets are labeled. Yeah.
and if they were, it'd probably be labeled in the basic dialect, which none of us know.
Yeah.
But Merritt still
Fantasy Amazon up in here.
that fantasy Amazon. Fantasy drones.
Please.
It's just
Can I get same-day
superpowered mage
delivery?
hands. It's just super powered mage hands that float throughout the city. Anyway.
Jesus.
That'd be so good.
Watch me file that the fuck away. Hello.
Do you think I'm not filing that away right now? Do you think it's not already happening?
Whatever.
You're
This
all
is in every
welcome.
campaign ever.
I feel like we now have to like put it in just on principle. It's just somewhere.
It's somewhere.
I mean, it'll be somewhere.
Stairs and it's like, so sort of looks around the party because we should probably get everyone dressed for the weather. I might get some other different ones as well. Aside, all of the city powerful. It's powered by magic even. Wouldn't know where to begin. He sort of looks over at Rizlan.
Rizlan looks at you and says, "We can find many places to shop. Most of these towns, oof, that's not the correct word at all. Most of these cities, they have their tourist trap sections, but if you know where to go, it's not difficult to find shop."
All right.
We can go tomorrow.
I still sort of like set the map in concentration.
Hmm. I mean, do you want to roll?
Hmm?
Do you want to roll?
Roll for what?
To clean stuff from this map.
I mean, I'll try it, but I don't expect anything. What am I rolling?
D20.
Just straight up D20? Alright. I was waiting for an intelligence check, which, I mean, would give the same thing. He had... Anyway. That... Slash D20, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, you
Killers.
understand what the things are.
You know what a map is.
This is a map of the place
It
you
is.
are.
It sure is. He remembers we're here-ish somewhere, right? Alright, cool.
Hmm.
That's it. It has marks. He cleans that. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and you even have like a difficult time discerning how large the place is from this map. Like you
Well,
were
he's having
just
issues
in
with
it,
that
and it's just
anyway.
like already indoors. You're like, it doesn't seem that big.
My dumbass son. Oh, it doesn't seem that bad. And then he steps out tomorrow morning. Fuck. I fucked up.
God, what the fuck?
But there's
is
a
this?
tree.
Yeah.
Trees have my back, if nothing else. They're humming a song. It's all good. Yeah, we're just like some. Then he looks slightly lost again. And he's like, "Yeah, all right. We can just shop tomorrow, and then also probably look for how to better contact Geo, because did not anticipate taking the whole day to go through the city to where we are now staying. Then how to look for Aleron can come later tomorrow or the day after."
Mhm.
He sort of rubs his eyes as he's like plotting. He's like, "This is a lot."
Reverence hugs Merit.
Merit accepts this. Puts his hand on one of hers. Like, we're all leaning on this table. I assume she leans over. Side
Yeah.
hug. Yeah. So, but he's still just rubbing his eyes.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right. Everyone want to pack up for the night and sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest.
We don't have to go into
I
the
see.
detail about the rooms if you don't want.
Uh,
Yeah.
The only thing of
There-
note
there-
is Penn does everything in their power to make sure that Reverence and Rizlan share a room.
I mean, Reverence does everything in her power to share with Rizlan, so don't worry.
Your power is reserved. She's got it.
I mean, you won't be sharing a room alone, most likely?
That's fine.
There's 3
Yeah.
rooms. There's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of us. Look, it could happen.
There's 6 of us? Yeah, I guess you both could have a room. That's fine.
Nice.
Yeah. Everyone sleep through the night. It's fine. You all discovered light switches.
Holy shit.
Just
Reverence
mentioning
is
click, 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 click.
Maze!
Flip, 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 flip.
Literally flip, 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 flip. Rizlan, I can turn the sun off.
Rizlan's just like,
I imagine her
going
saying
to
that in the
sleep.
dark.
So yeah, everyone just takes a good fucking take a sip, babe. Take a sleep.
Take a sleep, babe.
Take a nap, babes.
Take a good sleep, babe. And you all wake up in the morning refreshed, feeling a little less overwhelmed in your small, manageable rooms before you awaken to the outside world. And you all, you come out, eat breakfast, whatever you want to do, step out of the hotel, back into the fucklands.
Back into the shit.
We can't keep talking about fantasy holiday and breakfast bars. We can't have a repeat of
can't
the
do
egg
another.
incident. We can't do this again. So
No,
we
this
step
is
out.
the first time that Nora has stayed with the Holiday Inn.
Welcome to the Fantasy Holiday Inn.
There's
They have
one
complimentary
bar.
breakfast.
Oh,
How's Nora
shit.
doing?
Understandable, haven't I say?
I'll say he slept well.
Mm.
Electricity, that's new. Flips a lot. Flip, 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 flip.
Flip, 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 flip.
I love just the visual of everyone in their separate rooms, or well, everyone in their room with their rooming buddy, and
Frick.
one or both of them just like flipping the light switch over and over and over, like, oh my god. Rizwan with a fucking pillow over his head trying to sleep. Travis, please.
No, Rizlan sleeps on the floor for one.
What?
He just sleeps. He removes the pillow and sleeps on the floor. He also sleeps on his back and kind of looks like he's been like in a coffin. And he does not move or like even acknowledge when like he lays down. He's like good night, and you're like, and he's like, oh, go turn the light off, will you? And you're like, what? And you go like, flip, 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 flip. Look at this Rizlan, and he's already out.
God. Why is he sleeping on the floor? Is there only
That's
one
our
bed in here?
There's 2 beds. He sleeps on the
What?
floor.
I mean, we haven't actually witnessed him in room, have we?
Nope.
No.
So it's only ever been campfires.
This is beautiful.
It's just like,
And he only has the one pillow to make a nest, so... 'Cause I
He
can't
only
have
puts it under his
pillows in
head and
room.
sleeps.
River's just like, she wants to do something, but she doesn't know what the fuck to do with this. So she just fucking picks the bed that has a pillow on it still and goes to sleep, I guess.
Yeah.
On the fucking floor. What the fuck, Rizwan? Fucking weirdo.
That's him.
I love him.
Yeah, so, anyway.
We step out.
We step out of the hotel. What would you like to do today? Do you want to split the party?
No.
No.
Reverence wants to go fucking find some clothes. It's
I
hot.
need to go shopping. Need to buy
Yeah, we...
far speech stuff and
Yep.
Mhm.
clothes.
Yep.
And an infernal dictionary.
Ben tries
Yeah.
so hard.
Look, there's tieflings here.
Mm-hmm.
They're like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Delta, please.
Mini horns.
Oh yeah, Reverence is for sure amazed by the amount of tieflings. And
Yeah,
like
you
she
see
knows staring
which
at
ones
all their
have-
horns and her also feet.
You see all different kinds of tieflings.
She's like so enthralled. She tries to look at all of their feet. I want this.
That's so fucking weird.
Everyone's head, and then she looks down like,
I like to think, because there's definitely several that are in like floor length skirts. So you're like walking beside them and like just staring at their feet, trying to catch it when it kicks up the skirt.
she just be out here trying to figure out hooves.
Even though she's had them for a year on her own feet. They are her feet.
So what's the
doesn't know
ratio of
why they're
hooves
on her
to
feet.
toes, Delta? Give
I mean,
them
it's-
stats.
It's roughly even. There's a good mix. I don't know if Reverence finds them even, because that's like another math thing altogether.
No, she's not like counting and comparing. She's just like, huh?
Yeah. There's hooves. Hooves are about.
Looks at head. Oh, cool horns. Down. Hoof.
All different kind of hooves, horns, colors,
Amazing.
ears, teeth,
Oh my god.
claws,
Oh
tails.
my god.
The
Reverend's
words.
having
Some
a
not
wonderful
have
time.
tails?
She's like amazed.
Some of them don't have tails.
What?
Blew
Some
her
of
mind
them don't have horns.
What? Oh no, she's already seen that.
Has she?
That one guy take his horns off.
Matt,
Oh yeah. Well, that's all I mean. They don't have horns at all.
I know. I know what you mean.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking? No horn. What?
No horns, McGee.
No horn ass.
She's
No horn,
probably
Mike.
very amazed by the ones that don't have horns.
Yeah.
She's like, how? Where did you put them?
Where did you put them?
Do they detach?
How did you take them off? Reaches up and starts trying to take her own fucking horns off.
Reverence.
How did you get them off? I want to sleep on my side.
You can't just do this, Reverence. This is the equivalent of someone stopping the street and trying to figure out why their foot won't come. Reverence.
She just wants to know how to take her horns off.
I'm crying laughing.
She just wants to sleep on her side.
Impossible. Not allowed.
All she wants.
I mean,
Anyway.
if you stack up enough pillows, you might, but that'd be really uncomfy. Anyway, please. Tieflings.
Just like
But
lay your
we're both-
head off the corner of the bed.
You know those pillows with holes in them so you can sleep face down?
You know those massage tables with the holes
Yeah.
for the face?
Reverend Casey has a but see, here's the problem. There's a bed underneath there. So now she's got to get a bed with a hole in it and a pillow with a hole in it.
That's what I'm saying. The massage table.
That's not a bed.
You make it a bed. Custom
I'm
order
not-
a mattress with a
I'm
hole
weirdo
in it.
like Rizla. I don't sleep on the floor.
Oh my god. We go shopping, we baby chain again.
Please.
God. Okay.
I just want to
All
get
right.
close.
Yeah, Rizlan takes you to shopping places easily. He does. It's definitely, you can tell he's not been here in a while, and he definitely doesn't know this town by the back of his hand. So like, there's a few times where he's like,
We stop at
Don't-
an intersection and he's
"Don't
just
worry, kids, we're not lost."
we
and he,
trust
like-
you with our life. Ruslan. Don't fuck it up.
Ugh.
Or
He,
when
like,
you have
checks
5
m-
lives in your hands.
It's a lot of lives. 5 innocent faces beaming at you as you get lost in an alley.
Idiot
Lilith
baby
incident
lives.
included because Lilith relies on
6 idiot baby
Noah.
lives.
Yeah, he checks the map often, and there's a couple times where he has to stop and ask for directions.
Oh.
But you make it to a place where they sell the things. All of the things. Yes.
Rowan
Fine.
tries on so many clothes and has Rizlan help her pick out good ones.
Yeah, no problem.
Sick.
All the clothes here are very light and breezy summer warm clothes.
I have already demonstrated what she buys.
I know.
How much money do I have to get rid of?
Clothes here are expensive because most of the materials have to be brought in from other places. Even like if it's on the same continent, it's still like, oh, 2 cities over or something. So is it a full outfit you're buying?
Hold on. Let me just pull up. Let me just look at the thing.
look at the thing you've got.
Just, it's the, of what I sent, it's just the top and the skirt. That's the scarf she's wearing. That's the scarf she already has.
So it's like 200 gold.
Oh, that's fine. Put that number down to a 7. All right.
I like how we just never even like think of bargaining. Like
Oh,
You sure don't.
we're just
Never
like
think about
200
what
gold.
bargaining
Yeah,
is.
that sounds fun.
I tell you the price that it's like on the price tag, and every single time y'all are like, "Oh, that sounds great."
bitch!
I mean,
Nobody fucking
Pen
walks
and
up in
Merritt
my
wouldn't.
Ulta and tries to tell
Yeah.
me that I should be giving them.
These aren't Altas. You're like in a bazaar.
But what I'm saying is, in the real world that I live in, nobody barters.
And in this fake world that we live in, you said light bulbs were tiny suns.
Don't fucking put me on blast like this.
I got it when you're like, you're fucking Ulta. No one comes in and is bargaining for his fucking makeup.
But they don't, because then that's why I don't ever bargain.
That's because you're not in a flea market.
I've never been to a flea market in my life, you fuck.
That's
What?
not my fault.
how? I've been to 2. Multiple
Just
times.
2.
Well, there's 2 of them, but the thing is, my mom and my grandma sold cell phone accessories
You ever
at
been
these flea
to a
markets.
garage sale either?
I don't fucking haggle for shit.
Oh my god.
A garage sale's the fucking thing. It's
I
like,
mean, I don't
25
either,
cents,
but-
and I'm like, hell yeah.
The
That's
idea of haggling.
It's foreign to me.
I guess. The choice is there. If you really don't want to haggle, pay $200.
I already did.
All right. Well,
Merritt has the persuasion skill, but he's not gonna think about it. He's like, that's fair. Whatever they're asking for. Otherwise, he just
No.
won't buy it.
No, reverence can't. No. Where's
I
your
know
persuasion at? It's
Merritt
40.
and Penn definitely have an excuse.
Yeah.
Noah, I don't know what the fuck Noah does. Noah just has decided that money doesn't mean anything now. And he's just
No.
spending it like no tomorrow.
He actually probably will try to barter here. He's gonna get like a white like short breezy shirt.
Hmm.
Easy breezy
And-
beautiful. Other girl.
And some baggy the pantaloons, what are they called?
Jacka jeans!
I hate you so much.
I hate myself.
I know there's a word for them too, but I can't think of them.
Yeah.
I think I know what you mean.
Gauchos.
What
They're
the
like-
fuck did you say?
Floofy pants almost. Like they're
Here's the thing,
So
I
big
can
and baggy.
see it because
Camera
I
pants.
a character with the pants I think you are referring to. Now I
yeah.
feel like I have to go find it.
Honestly, yeah.
Camera
I'm
pants.
going to link it, and you can tell me. It's the character on the left. Maybe not that color, but you know,
Yes, generally the same idea. Yes.
yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you find them easily. I'd say 250.
He's gonna say, by any chance, is there anything I could do to and he points down. He's like, maybe knock down the price a wee bit.
Roll persuasion.
I believe. Nice. 6. Jeez.
Really should be doing this more often.
Maybe. Yeah, you. I imagine you're both like buying them from the same place, and It's sort of an open air stall with like racks of clothes, and you can tell like this is here for like people who came unprepared or tourists.
Mhm.
That's fair.
These are
And
gauchos.
no,
I wore them to elementary and middle school a lot.
those are definitely yoga pants.
No, they're gauchos. They're different because
They are
Those
gauchos.
aren't yoga pants.
I can
Those
They're
are
confirm
yoga
them.
pants.
they're not yoga pants.
Mm.
Yoga pants are tight.
They're
Mhm.
pants you do
Yeah.
yoga in.
No,
They're short.
Any
No.
pants are yoga pants if you try hard. Anyway,
Delta, if you do
Inspirational.
yoga in these pants, your vagina will fall out.
It's like saying sweatpants are yoga pants.
I'm so afraid of what you just said. Anyway,
I'm just thinking of how I used to wear them constantly, and if I like sat the wrong way, they would fucking hike all the way up in there. It's just there.
I can't do this.
I'm just telling you how it is.
I've never been so caught off guard. Anyway,
Can you move on from this?
Merritt buys a different shirt, sort of similar to what he has, except airier. By which I mean like his standard white shirt, except meant for this weather.
yeah.
And the sort of capri pants sort of thing I had drawn him in.
Hmm.
Penn,
He
Noah,
buys
and
those.
Merritt all get the exact same shirt in 3 different sizes.
Fashion.
I'll take these. Do you have it one size smaller, my good sir? You have it one size smaller. But yeah, Noah, you get it down to like 180.
Cool.
What the fuck?
Hey, maybe
You
you
rolled
should try
23.
bargaining.
Reverence watches this and files it away for later.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services at a reasonable price.
Fucking
Merritt
amazing.
remembers this, but files it away also, but does not try it this time. He's just like, nah, I mean,
Yeah,
Just
you're
pay what
just
they're
buying a
given.
shirt.
yeah.
It's 50 gold.
Well, Merritt's also buying the sort of pants. I had posted it, but it's a long ways away now. You have to go past my cursed image of my sink.
Also, the pants. It's 200 again.
Okay. 200 gold.
Pants,
That's,
$150.
that's 20 platinum.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, wanted to double check.
Delta, can
Yeah,
I also buy a
12?
shirt and pants?
that's another. Actually, yours is smaller, so it's not gonna be 200.
Yes!
Perks
It's-
of being little.
150.
Sweet.
Would 180 gold be 18? I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
just remove a 0.
Just hack that 0 right off.
Penn is gonna
Slice.
wear their scarf over their head now, and it's gonna be very good.
Hmm.
That's all.
Matchy!
If we match.
Style, fashion, vogue.
Reverence's is like tucked up like behind her horns. Like she's shoved it there.
That's
so
beautiful.
It has, because there's in the way of everything. Bad character design. Horns always in the way.
Perfect character design.
She's beautiful.
Horns always in the way.
The drama, though.
The drama. The aesthetic.
Think of the drama, though.
Think of the aesthetic, Siren. I mean, you
I
did.
did,
That's
I
why you
promise.
made her.
Exactly.
All right. What else? Who's next on the shop?
Nor.
Me?
Nor.
Can I get a fucking tank top?
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, that's like
Yeah.
it's 20 gold.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
All right, close shopping done. Knock that one right out of the fucking park.
Success.
We did it.
Didn't take 3 hours.
Amazing.
I mean, the rest of this
What's
shopping
next
trip
on the
just
shop?
might. Far speech stuff, although Merritt doesn't know how to convey that.
You know, like the stones that we used with Margaret. Pen says
There we go.
to Rizlan. Show us those.
Those things.
Find us those things.
Get us those stone phones.
Stone phones? We don't know what phones
Can
are?
you get us some cell phones, Rizlan?
Can you? Hey, Rizlan, do you know where to get some cell phones for cheap?
Do you know where Verizon Wireless is?
I need a
Rizwan,
smart
can you
stone.
get me a new Apple iPhone 8
Smart stone.
with 64 gigabytes, please?
Yeah. I guess I'll roll for Rizlan.
Rizwan finding the Verizon store.
I would ask if, like, one of us could help him find it, but we can't fucking read the signs.
You can't read the signs, and you don't know what you're looking for. So
We're all lost and scared. If it wasn't for Rizwan, we would die here.
Yeah.
we would have already been dead.
We would have help for exactly an hour while Merritt uses the earpiece from Zindello to understand. Shit, yeah!
He knows.
Oh, thank
He
God.
knows.
No.
Rizwan finds an Apple store.
Yeah,
That's not a joke.
I know. I'm listening.
Yeah, Rizlan finds an Apple store. You all get smart stones? They
Hell
are
yeah.
expensive, but they have many features.
Can I
You
check
got
my
games
Twitter?
on your phone?
You can maybe check your Twitter.
Nice.
I like how you said
I
check
take
as if you have
selfies.
one before this. You've been carving words into stones and throwing them at birds. Call that a Twitter.
I'm going to lose my goddamn mind if this is on a smartphone. I'm like grandparents trying to understand how the hell it works.
So, number one, everyone take away 1,000 gold.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
okay.
Now my
Okay.
wallet hurt.
We have to
And
get one for Gio.
Rizlan will
100
buy
platinum.
the extra one for Gio.
How kind.
And let's talk about these smart stones.
Please tell me
Oh my
about my
God.
Please.
So, you can communicate with anyone else who has a smart stone. You can actually communicate with any stone of far speech, but it requires like
Attunement to that one.
Their phone number? Yeah. Their stone number?
Their stone number.
You have another stone number. Okay, this is very good.
This is really good.
You just got another stone number.
Just went to the fucking Apple store.
Oh my god.
Texting features? They're there.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
The smart stones are they're basically phones. They're rectangles. They're very clean cut, and this deep blue crystalline stone that fits nicely in any of your pockets.
Oh my god.
And I imagine you all get them and immediately call each other, like in the same room.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these smart stones also have an ability. You should also maybe write all of this down.
Shit.
You think any
I'm
of us
gonna have to-
right?
Here,
I'm gonna
hold
have
on,
to
I'll-
rewatch this.
I can do this
in
real
my
You
fast.
should make us a little. You should
I'm
make
doing
us a
it.
smart stone.
Doing the thing. Smart stone.
Trademark. Please put the trademark symbol in there.
TM.
What's the
Thank you.
symbol on a smart stone? Is it the apple or?
It's a diamond with a bite made out of it.
Oh my god!
This is a good game.
Just talk amongst yourselves while I very quickly type up the description and what it does.
I'm posting mid session that we have smart.
Oh, so did I. I already posted. Don't worry.
God.
Oh my god, Tumblr did the TM thing for me automatically.
Oh, nice.
Tumblr does something
didn't-
you want for once.
That's
Finally,
new.
Tumblr fucking listens to me.
I also posted mid session what Merit suggest.
He's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean I posted it like 2 weeks ago and I was like, in honor of the fact this will be the last time y'all can hear from me, and then I wasn't blurred out from the power outage. Oh my god.
Hey, I got a question. Who is this on the music with this fucking jammy sitar right now?
It's Kevin MacLeod, are you kidding?
Okay.
It's always Kevin
Absolutely.
MacLeod.
I just always
Figured,
Kevin
but
MacLeod.
like sometimes it could be Darren Korb or
Well, yeah,
Kevin MacLeod. Okay.
It's Kevin MacLeod.
most of it is.
It can be Kevin MacLeod or, Kevin MacLeod or
Based god Kevin MacLeod.
Kevin MacLeod.
I almost wish that we find a cleric of Kevin MacLeod, but it's actually a bard. He's the
good.
god of music.
I forgot I downloaded the OWO extension, and I nearly had a whiplash for a second going on Tumblr.
Oh god. Jess. Jess.
Yeah.
Jess. Jess, what'd you do that for? Your laugh brings me such joy.
Followers?
Just like followers. Followers.
Follower?
Followers. We're all putting the R in there. There's no R.
Followers.
Followers. Followers.
I nearly fucking got a whiplash.
Followers?
Followers. Followers.
Run through the
Ouch.
city with my woes.
Followers. Just but meow.
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 Wait, I need to find like a normal tweet. Hold on.
Following?
Are there any? Do you have a normal tweet?
Debatable.
I didn't
Depends on
think
who you
so.
ask.
Oh shit.
No, don't do that. Oops.
Oopsie.
Oh my god. This.
Woof wow.
Wolf wire?
Woof
Log out. Log out.
Hannah win it. Help.
He won't show.
Night mode.
Privacy.
Wists.
Walk out.
Log out.
Ouch. Cut. I really like walk out.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think settings and privacy. Oh my
I
god.
like whoa file.
Woof wow. This is a good extension. I changed my mind.
This is actually hilarious and excellent. My therapist?
It's done. Please stop talking.
Coping mechanism.
Smartphone is done.
It just popped up for me, just
Yep.
straight up.
Yeah.
I did that.
Thank you.
In-house operating stone.
In-house. Oh my god. Does it need Wi-Fi?
Jesus.
Ify?
You don't know.
Mmm.
This is so good. 3-year protection plan.
The emergency within a 5-mile radius. 3-year protection. Don't jump it.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
Thank you
everyone's-
so much, Rizwan, for your natural 20.
Everyone's
Would
got
that
smart
have
stones now.
happened? Would this have happened if it wasn't an ad 20? It was
Probably
still
not.
high, but
Absolutely not.
God.
This has obviously shown the power of how much nat 1s and 20s have ascended
Yeah.
in power.
This
They're
is so
god
fucking
tier now.
amazing.
Oh my god.
So yeah, everyone's got a smart stone. Congratulations.
3-year protection plan, don't drop it.
I'm
Don't drop
really,
it.
really excited.
Is there any more shopping that needs to be happened?
I need to buy
Can I
that
Can I case for my
dictionary.
smart stone?
A lot of people talked at once.
Vince, dictionary.
Dictionary.
Can I get a case for my smart stone?
You can't at the Apple Store.
I stay in the Apple Store.
Is it diamond store instead?
Nope, it's still Apple Store for no reason. For absolutely no reason.
My god.
Roll a d20 for me, Siren. Roll
Oh
before we
shit.
move on to pen. You wanted a smartphone case, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, roll that d20.
No.
So,
Oh, you're gonna pay a lot.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna buy it if it's a bunch of money.
Very well, you don't buy one.
he's almost disappointed. You can hear it.
I know. He wants to make me suffer.
There's a lot of cool ones, though.
She looks
Some
at
of
me
them turn
longingly.
into weapons.
What?
What?
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Wait, how much?
They're 5,000, the weapon ones.
Oh, okay. I don't have that much money.
Yeah.
If I make a persuasion roll, can I
Nope,
get
this one's a franchise.
Alright.
You can't go to a Wendy's. Hey, can I have a little bit less for this McBurger?
That's not Wendy's!
Hey, and this is a smart stone. Let's move on.
Okay. She files away the notion of the smart stone cases that turn
Covers.
into weapons.
My god.
So, Pen,
Yeah.
roll me that survival check.
Alright, alright, alright.
All right. All right. Yeah, you find you find a bookstore easy enough, and you find a book on Infernal to Common,
Yes.
and it's pretty cheap, given that Infernal is so common around here. So it's like 1 gold.
Oh my god. A steal. Pen buys it.
All right,
The end.
you now have a demon to common.
Can now teach yourself in the off time when your son or reverence do not.
It's called I Speak Demon, and you can too.
Demon for Dummies.
Pen can now read the characters and look it up in a dictionary. They have infinite power.
Infinite power.
You just so as long as they have a few moments to flip through.
Yeah. Give me like 3 minutes. Hang on.
Just give me a little bit. Can you write that down? Thank you. All right.
You look at the phonetics and you're like, what the fuck? God. Okay, yeah. And I think that was just about it.
No more shopping?
Unless anyone else has something.
All right. So,
I think there was talk about instruments last week, but we can deal with that later. We've done the essential shopping.
Mhm.
yeah. Do you want to go see Geo now?
Yes.
I will tell you, you can find travel that will, transportation that will take you, like, way less time to get out of the city and get back in.
Okay.
It's basically like a cab. It's not a car. It's like a cart, probably, but you know, there's a need for it, so there's plenty to find.
No fantasy Nissan, huh?
You can call them up on your smart stone.
There we
shit.
go. Fantasy
Fantasy lifts.
This
Fantasy
is the
lift?
best
Fantasy
thing I've ever
lift.
had.
Oh my god.
Fantasy lives.
Yeah, there's posters for it around, and now that you actually have a smart stone, they make a little more sense.
Oh my god.
It's the best.
Are our smart stones gonna function when we get back to Marcha?
I mean, they are stones of far speech.
We can still call each other. It's not like
Right,
there's
We just
you
can't
know-
call a lift anymore.
Yeah.
Right. See,
It's
here's the
whatever's
thing.
around us.
Real
I
talk,
mean,
We don't have
cell towers,
medicine.
so I'm like
you-
in this weird space where I'm like, is this a cell phone? Is it one like a cell phone? What's going on?
it's
Also,
not
almost
working
2
on.
a.m.
Yes, I'm getting to that.
No, I'm just using that as my excuse as to why I'm being a fucking idiot.
They don't work like cell phones. They're stones of far speech. Like, first of all, so they'll work anywhere. It's just a matter
Anywhere
of like,
on the plane, at least.
yeah, they'll work with any stone of far speech. Also, plane. It's a matter of like, hey, these cities have actual places and things to call. Whereas when you're like back in Tannum, it's just like, I can only call my friends. And you
That's
could
fine.
call this place. It would probably be a not great signal because it's very far away, and also
And
you would
there's
be
roaming
like, "Yeah, can I
charges."
get a taxi?" And it's like, "Yeah, where are you? I'm in Turnham." What?
Okay, but that's gonna cost you
Sorry,
so
I
much
can't drive
platinum.
across the fucking ocean.
God, yeah. So yeah, and they do work with like regular stones of far speech. So you
This is
could
sick
call
as fuck.
Margray.
I was just about
I
to
call
say,
Margaret.
you need to get Margaret.
You don't have
You don't
Margray's
the
number.
You need to get that stone
I
number,
asked
boy.
Frizzlot for Margaret's number.
Margray does not have a number. Like it's a sync up kind of thing.
Shit.
You know that Samsung thing where you press your phones together and that's how
It's
you share
basically
a picture?
that, yeah. They have to be
Hell.
in the physical space. It's in development. Smart stones can be given smart stone numbers, but regular stones cannot give smart stone numbers.
Hell.
Oh my god.
What a rich world you've created for us.
You're welcome.
This is so fucking wonderful.
So yeah, you call up a fucking Uber, I guess. A fantasy Uber.
Yeah. Head back to those docks. Hey,
Yeah.
Geo, holy shit.
You head back to the docks, changed men. Yeah, it takes not even like almost no time to get back out of the docks. It's like the difference of walking out of a city and taking a car out. And you have to walk from the docks. The cart won't take you on that because it's the docks.
Mhm.
But you find Geo again easily and hand him the smart stone, and he's like, "Oh, you're spending the big bucks." But he gratefully accepts it. You have his stone number if you wish to call him.
Rivers immediately calls Geo. She's standing 10 feet away from him.
He answers and he's like, "Hello?
Hi!
Hi!
Hello, I can see you.
I can see you too. This is pretty cool."
Excellent.
He hangs up on you.
She hangs up too. She hangs up like as soon as there's like as soon as she's done being like, look how cool this is. Okay, bye.
Okay, see ya.
Is that what the hang up noise sounds?
No, it's not. I don't know why I made that sound with
You
my
wish
mouth.
it was.
No, that would be the worst. I hate it. Thanks. I hate it.
I'm imagining if we have to run sort of like semi-stealth mission and we use these, hang up and go back to being professional.
They do ring also. Like it's
Can
not
we
like an
customize our
immediate.
ringtones?
Oh my god.
You can.
Oh my god.
It's already 2 a.m. This is the rest of the session.
You do. It's not like, oh, here's a list of ringtones that you can, or even like you can install ringtones. You have to record the ringtone.
Oh my
my
god.
I want to get a recording of Lilith growling.
Reverence asked Rizlan to play a song.
We can do that later.
I'm just saying, like,
It doesn't have a vibrate mode.
Yes. My stone's on vibrate. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, you did this. It's 2 a.m. I love you. I apologize.
It's fine. It's just a lot.
Did you even have any plan for specifically
No.
stone in your back pocket? I
So,
assume not.
The eye stone? I've been dabbling.
I've been dabbling in the ice stone.
It wasn't anything concrete. Because I wasn't expecting a nat 20!
You played yourself. Rizlan played you actually.
Rezon played me like a fucking fiddle. So yeah, you give Geo the stone. What do you tell him, time wise or whatever, whether he can leave or not?
I mean, this is a real big city on a real big continent. I feel like he could leave.
And also, now we have the smart stones to contact him.
Uh-huh.
So that makes the situation very easy.
Merritt says like, give us 3 or 4 days, but just like contact on the smart stone, and then if we're like, yeah, no, this isn't getting done, go ahead and you can head out. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like by
Text
3 or
Geo
4
good
days.
night every single night.
There's like a group text. Since good night.
You can make a group text.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
It does have, I guess, a screen sort of to accommodate all of these features.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah,
But
because
I've
you
been
can
thinking-
text.
I was
What I've been
imagining like a
thinking-
stone would like portray some kind of like I don't know how to call it, hologram almost. No.
Yeah,
Us-
I mean, it's not really not like a screen like, oh, dark
Yeah.
now because it's turned off. It's like when you want to text, you touch the stone and it turns on, and then there's like you can see the words and there's like it lights up, but it's not like this screen is broken. There's not like any electronics to it.
Hmm.
I was imagining is literally very close to a smartphone, like, you know, clear, slick screen, but it's like made of similar crystals to like the pink one, kind of. That's what I kept imagining, and just it's smartphone. From there on, it's a smartphone, but it's magic.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is the greatest gift you could have given us.
I was not in any way prepared remotely.
I don't think anybody was prepared. Not even Delta.
Maybe
You were
so.
a little more prepared than the rest of us, but
Yeah.
Nor starts an Instagram.
Please.
Reverend starts an Instagram.
I was gonna ask. God.
we can't. We gotta stop.
There's no internet, so like networking is not.
No
Damn it.
Instagram.
Is
Send
there
selfies to the group text.
basically?
There's no pictures.
No!
There's no camera. The
don't
most
have that
advanced pictures are the ones that you saw in the encyclopedia. Merit.
Yeah.
I almost called you Michael for some reason. It's 3 a.m.
Incorrect name. It is 3 a.m. But okay, yeah. So
Wait. Is there?
Is there SoundCloud?
Is...
There's no internet.
No. I was gonna ask if there's like Bandcamp, not Bandcamp. GarageBand. There it is.
oh my god.
Maybe so.
Garage band.
I mean, you can record the sounds for your ringtone. So it's a very basic form.
Y'all got apps? Y'all got games on your phone?
There's no games.
God damn
Its
it.
main purpose is communication. And it just so happens is like, oh, the sound thing that I kind of stumbled upon when in the creation of the iStone is a feature.
Can you use the Ice Stone as a looper to enhance your performances as a bard?
You could.
Oh my god! I'm so happy. Oh my god. Also, Fantasy Steve Jobs?
Holy shit.
Maybe so.
This time he's Steven. That's it.
Fantasy Steven.
Wait, so
Steve
is there like
Fantasy.
like a running enemy business? It's like Windows?
Please,
Fantasy Bill Gates?
Bill Gates?
Billion.
his name.
Sam Swung? Stony. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Also, I just learned that Sora from Kingdom Hearts is 5'3". This is blowing my mind. Anyway,
He's
we
so
have to
short.
continue. He's so short. He's as
He's
short
so
as
fucking
me.
short.
God,
We can't.
small boy.
We can't keep doing.
I can't keep doing this.
Oh god. Anyway.
Please. So, doing this, saying our goodbyes to Gio, and then calling him and saying goodbye again.
Mm.
We continue. Back into the city, but like, at what point in time is this now?
I want to say it's around evening again. Like this has been a full day of things.
Okay.
The lights are probably going to turn on soon, like around duskish.
Yeah.
But it's only like 6.
I'm just. There's a part of me that went, do we find somewhere to eat and then go back to the hotel?
You go to Fantasy Applebee's.
Fantasy Waffle House. Fantasy Waffle House. Fantasy Waffle House.
Oh, you
Fucking, we're already this far.
Fuck it, I'm already fucking fist deep on my own ass.
I'm so
Yes.
happy.
Yeah, you find a Fantasy Applebee's and have a good time.
Oh my god.
You get that those American Topper things where there's like cheese sticks on steak.
Hell
Oh no!
good.
Anyway, you have a good time at a fantasy Applebee's. Think I had an aneurysm and blacked out while I said that. Would you like to do anything else before the day ends? You can just like explore before I have to make another fantasy brand.
So Delta, you got so mad, my Discord started to disconnect.
I didn't get so mad. Discord got mad at fantasy Applebee's.
I mean, that is where it dropped out. Ooh. I mean, I wasn't leaning into fantasy anything. I was just like, I assume we're not going to eat rations.
No, you don't eat rations. You eat at a restaurant or any
just
eatery.
tavern, just whatever. But yeah, I'd be tempted to explore, but it's 2 a.m. I've laughed so hard I cried twice tonight. Oh god.
We can stop here. We can call it like a night, and everyone goes to their fucking fantasy hotel inn and plays with their smart stones.
Yeah. Just send each other texts. Yeah. We can pick up from there. We can pick up in the morning and actually begin Dead Quest finally.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's good.
We'll get there one day.
One day.